What's up, guys? It's Wally, and today we're going to be doing some battles with the rental team featuring a Loaded Dice Mamoswine. So now that we're in the DLC and a lot of really great Ice-type Pokemon have been reintroduced into the game, I think it's time we kind of drop Chi and Pow a little bit, as well as Iron Bundle, and bring out a Pokemon like Mamoswine, which is actually a really strong Pokemon. It's got a base 130 attack stat, and with the ability Oblivious, that makes you immune to all Intimidates, as well as Taunts, Infatuation, and stuff like that. So Mamoswine isn't going to drop its attack at all. And that's extremely nice when you consider the fact that it does have the Loaded Dice and a really great move like Icicle Spear. So if you ended up using Excalibur the last couple regulations and ended up putting Loaded Dice with the Icicle Spear on it, you know how strong that actually is and how quickly it actually takes out a lot of things out there. But I think Mamoswine could actually be a really great Pokemon to do that with as well. And especially since it does have a priority move like Ice Shard, it's going to do some good damage, especially into flying and ground type Pokemon. Now we do have high horsepower on it as well, which is a really great, strong ground stab move. I mean, obviously, you could potentially go with like an Earthquake or something like that, but with Mamoswine, to be able to have the single target and something extremely strong like high horsepower, I think that is a little more beneficial. And of course, it does have Protect just in case you need to, I guess, stay out there for a little bit longer. But again, I think Loaded Dice is a really great item, one that I think people should really explore a little bit more, especially on Pokemon like Mamoswine and Excalibur that do have multi-hit moves like Icicle Spear. So I'm excited to see what Mamoswine can do, so we'll get into the battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here just haven't yet, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. Well, let's get into the battles. Alright, now this could be a fun one for Mamoswine. I mean, as long as you don't really see, I guess, Scizor out there. And since that is the Hisuian Gudra, it's possible that is Shelter and Body Press, so that's another thing we may have to worry about, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. In the meantime, though, I think what we're going to end up doing... Start with the little matcha. What does Kommo-o have? That can wait and all that kind of stuff. It's a special one. Cool. Yeah, so let's start with them. I actually kind of want to go Mamoswine too, not for any particular reason, except for I just like it. So let's just do that. Let's go with Ogerpon and yeah, it's tough to bring them. I think I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think I'm gonna bring Kommo-o. That's actually a really good counter for their Scizor because of the Fire Terra and the Flamethrower too. So that's really good to kind of counter that thing. But again, I think we can actually do some good stuff with the Loaded Dice and the... actually, honestly, that's not horrible. That is not horrible, because what we can do... and end up going for a... end up going with the Machagacha here, and we're actually going to go with the high horsepower too. Yeah. Question is... oh, don't tell me that's Sap Sipper. You're going to be water, aren't you? Oh, no, you're going to be fairy. Okay, cool. Whew, that scared me, honestly. I thought that might have been water, which means it's probably Sap Sipper, but thankfully, I think that... I shouldn't say thankfully, because I don't want that thing to be... Hey, that's not bad damage, though, honestly. But yeah, that thing's going to be able to get a Shelter off and all that kind of stuff. Which isn't ideal, but honestly, we did a good amount of damage there with that. And I actually wonder now... let's do that again. Let's go Machagacha, but this time we're actually going to go for the Icicle Spear over Gudra. Mainly because both are going to be neutral. And then the other good thing, too, is with the Loaded Dice, we know we're going to get at least... interesting. We know we're going to get at least a... 4 or 5 hits. Ah, they got a berry, too, of course. That is unfortunate. And we know we're not going to get a crit, unfortunately. That's fine. We took the berry out of play, which is good. That's a good sign. Only 4. That's okay, though. Honestly, 4 is a lot better than 3 or 2 if we didn't have the Loaded Dice. So, you know what? I'm happy with that. Can we get a burn? That would be so dope. Thank you. Can we get it on the other one, too? No. That's okay, though. It was worth a shot. I'm sorry. Nice. Yeah, that ain't anything. That's perfect. Alright, I think we're going to be okay here. Sinistcha, honestly, I am a little worried about the Sucker Punch here, despite the fact that they're burnt now. So we're just going to go with the Strength Sap over there, heal all the way back up, and Grimmsnarl is going to be -1. And that Sucker Punch ain't going to do anything, you know? So let's do that, and... much, but honestly, we just need to chip away at the thing, you know? Yeah, they'll get the light screen. That's fine. That's not ideal by any means, of course, but... Sorry, that's actually gonna do... As long as we get all 5, we may get that thing down to the red? No, I think it's still gonna be a little short. And we only hit 4 anyways. Strength Sap, we go all the way back up. I hope they go for another Ice Beam here. And not a Body Press. Well, that's a problem. It's okay, though. Because you know what? Mamoswine did a damn good job. Wore that thing down. And honestly, I think we're okay from going forward now. Let's see. Let's go Ogerpon. I know we're not going to get a crit over there, unfortunately. But honestly, if we can get some good damage, or any damage, I am super happy. Truly super, super happy. Let's go for the Matcha. I think we may have to Terra Fire here. That is going to be tough if they have... I think we can be okay. I think we can be okay. Let's Terrasilize Fire, and let's go for that. I mean, Ivy Cudgel's 100, Wood Hammer's 120. I just want to be able to preserve our health for a little bit longer, too, you know? So let's do that. We'll get a +1. It's possible that they end up going for a Parting Shot here, but realistically, that brings us back to neutral then. Let's go, because that's that +1 to the attack. Oh well. So I guess they didn't do that. Alright, come on, be some good damage here. +1. Oh, I think the Matcha gets it. No, don't miss on Goodra. No! That is not what we want to see. Oh, that's rough. Ogerpon still hangs in there, though. That's really nice, but... Oh, man. That's okay, though. That is totally okay. Man. Let's go Matcha Gotcha again. And, this time I'm a Spiky Shield. Oh, that is so rough. That was not the miss that we needed. That's okay, though. We'll get the KO on this Matcha Gotcha. Yep. Thank you. And then either way, this will do enough so that the burn will actually take out Grimmsnarl. Maybe. Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, we do. Sorry. Had to make sure, you know. Perfect. Goodbye, Grimmsnarl. Goodbye, Goodra, which means now all we have to do is deal with... I'm guessing it's going to be... Now, it's possible that they didn't even bring... What's-its-face? Scizor. Well, never mind. My bad. I was wrong. Ooh, and Mudsdale. That's scary. Not gonna lie. That's a little rough. But the good thing here is we can go for the Matcha Gotcha. I am a little worried about that, because they do a Bullet Punch. It will be resisted, which is good, but... That's alright. I think the Machigacha is going to be pretty damn good here, too. Which is really nice. It's going to be really good over on Munsdale, which isn't the best special defender. Definitely a better physical. Yeah, it is enough, though. Oh, that is rough. That is rough. RNG's is not looking out for us today. But, again, that's okay. We're going to be able to get the Machigacha here. Yeah, and a Life Orb, too. And we hit both. Let's go. Ain't doing much to Scizor. But could we get a burn? You bet we do. Do we get another? Yeah, no, that's a little rough. But that's okay. Thankfully, we're a special attacker. Nice. That is what you love to see. At least that's what I love to see. Yeah, a little bit of lefties, too. Totally understandable. And that's really where Mamoswine would have really come in handy, too. Although I will say that downside with Mamoswine would be that every single time that we ended up hitting the Icicle Spear, it would end up boosting their defense up a little bit. And again, that is never what you want to see, truly. So let's go Machigacha again. And let's go Flamethrower over into Scizor. Let's not worry about Munsdale too much, because that thing is burnt. So even if they do get a crit, it still deals burn damage, so... or less damage than a normal crit because of the burn, I should say. So I think we're going to be okay from that perspective. And again, we have something that's super effective on it, and I think this Flamethrower should end up taking out Scizor if they don't have Protect. If they don't have Protect. They don't, and we outspeed. And say goodbye to Scizor. And then now it's a singular target Machigacha, which is nice. And it hits. Oh, that's some good damage right there. I love the single target one. Sinistcha's all the way back up. Now what you're going to use? I know, the stamina. Yeah, Sinistcha tanks that. You have a big-ass horse landing on you, but still, that teacup somehow... Machicup. Somehow survives. Blows my mind. Must be one of those masterpiece ones. Alright, so thankfully Munsdale keeps taking burn damage, and that really negates the leftover damage. So let's go Matcha, and let's go Clanging Scales. And we'll call that a game. GG's. The other good thing there, too, is the fact that this Kommo-o is a special attacker, too, so thankfully that stamina wasn't going to do anything in the end game. Good game. Well, except maybe the body press. Still a good game. Alright, now this is one where we really have to be careful, because of Empoleon with competitive. So I don't think that Arcanine's going to be joining us for this battle, unfortunately. But what we can do, and thankfully they do not really... The only real fairy move that they have would probably be Moonblast from Clefairy, but that's okay. Kommo-o can still do some decent work here. So I think what we're going to do is let's start... with... Honestly, let's start with the Matcha, and let's start with Mamoswine, and we'll bring Kommo-o and Ogerpon in the back. Because if they end up wanting to actually get their Trick Room up, they're going to have Sinistcha, and at least we can do some good damage over there with the Icicle Spear. And we do have some, or we do have Ice Shard, so if they do end up getting up a Trick Room and we are not faster, well, slower, you know what I mean. Oh boy. Oh. Then we can always end up going with the priority move. Alright. Thankfully, again, the only real fairy move that I see is going to be from Clefairy. So I think we may actually have to go with a Terra here. And we're gonna go with a high horsepower over new Empoleon. Again, an Ivy Cudgel would knock out Mamoswine like that, you know, so or maybe not like that, but it'll come close, you know. So we'll be able to do that for a defensive Terra. We will have to worry if they do have Clefairy, but that's a problem. That is a big problem, actually. Oh, we knock out Empoleon, though. Let's go with the crit, too. That is dope. Love to see that. Now let's get that Matcha Gotcha. Good damage. Can we get a burn? Yeah, I know. That's asking a lot. That's asking a lot. Alright, depending on who this is, we might actually put a Trick Room of ourselves up. I think we're going to need to do that, potentially. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. But Mamoswine does have Protect, which is really nice. We're going to go for the Trick Room if we can, and let's go for the Protect. Yeah, that's going to be really bad if it does have Moonblast. Not the strongest special attacker by any means, but definitely could do some serious damage into a Dragon type for sure. Yeah, we need to get rid of that thing before Kommo-o can go out there. That's actually perfect. Nice. Ooh. Fair enough. We'll get the Trick Room up. That's going to be pretty helpful, for sure. So let's see. I think we're going to go with that Matcha Gotcha again. And we're going to go with the Icicle Spear over into Clefairy. And see if we can do some good damage over there with that. That's fair. I mean, it's Ogerpon. The other thing we can do as well is go with the Strength Zap too. That actually has a shot. No, it doesn't. Unless we get a crit or something. And the 5th one. Well, we get the 5th one. That's good. Not quite enough to crit, but that's okay. Or not quite enough to knock out, pardon me. Sorry, we resist this, even though it is a crit. Again, because of the focus energy and the fact that Ivy Cudgel does have that boost up in... Or it's got that boost with the Ivy Cudgel for the crit chance. So going with one focus energy will actually make it so that you crit every single time. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a shame that... Ooh, that's rough. But Mamoswine survives. We'll get the Matcha Gotcha. We'll KO over there. And we're going to be able to get the Icicle Spear over into Ogerpon, which is actually nice because the fact that it hasn't terrestrialized and it's still the water and grass type means it's going to be a neutral hit. Now, is it possible that it doesn't KO? Sure thing, but we have a shot. If we get all 5, we have a good shot. Oh, we have a good shot. Oh, we don't even need all 5. Goodbye, Ogerpon. Say hello to your worst enemy. Okay, well, maybe not worst enemy, but damn. But there we go. No Ogerpon. And Goodra is going to be... Oh, is that regular Goodra? Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's do that. Let's go for the Icicle Spear. It is possible we get knocked out here, but honestly, that's okay. Mamoswine did its job. Yeah, goodbye. That's okay, though. Again, Mamoswine did his job for sure. We're good to go from here. I don't think that they have a chance with Goodra to be able to KO. Or at least knock out our remaining Pokemon. So I feel pretty good about that. Let's go Kommo-o here, though. I will say, though, that thing does have a really good special defense. So that is a little bit worrisome. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go Shadow Ball again. And let's Protect on this one. They still have Terra. Leads me to believe they may be... Yeah, that's going to be a problem. That may be Sap Zipper. Which means we're still going to have to continue to go for the Shadow Ball. Yeah, I really don't want to up its special attack, you know what I mean? Now, if we can actually get a special defense drop here, No. It's okay, that was worth a shot. That's still going to do some serious damage, I'm not going to lie, but... Alright, back to normal now. Kommo-o is going to outspeed. That ain't going to do anything, so let's go with the Shadow Ball again. And, yeah, we'll go Clanging Scales. I'm okay with that. Ooh, decent damage, too. Especially into something like Goodra as well. Let's go. We get that Throat Spray +1 with the special attack. So that's going to hit hard afterwards, too. Dragon Pulse. That's... No shot! I was going to say that doesn't get affected by the... there's that special defense drop. But it doesn't get affected by the defense drop, which is really nice. But let's go. Clang Scales will take it out because of the special defense drop and the +1 with the Throat Spray. They canceled. They knew that. But again, Mamoswine really did a great job to be able to take out a lot of those mons in the beginning. It's a good game. So another team where we really have to worry about Mamoswine because whether we terrestrialize or not, we're going to have some serious issues. But what I think we're going to do to start... No. Yeah, no. No, I think we're going to start Mamoswine along with, along with Ogerpon. And then we'll have, maybe not Arcanine. Let's have Matcha. No, you know what? Let's have Arcanine too. And let's have Arcanine in the back. We do have two things that are going to be... Well, actually one thing that's weak to ground, because the grass typing on Ogerpon allows it to be neutral to something like ground. So that's always a positive. Let's see what happens here, though. I wonder what they're going to lead with. Hopefully Torn, yeah. Torn Lando, that's fair. Amma Ogre, thankfully with Oblivious, we don't have to really worry about that. Yay. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to go with the Ice Shard over into Lando. I think we're going to go Spiky Shield with Ogerpon. I want to see how much damage we can actually do with an Ice Shard. Now, question is, do they end up terrestrializing Lando? And if they do, is it going to be a Flying Terra? And if so, how much is that going to do? Because at least then we can actually calculate what it would have done if they didn't terrestrialize. But I'm hoping they don't terrestrialize because it would be really nice to knock them out right here. Again, Mammo with the, what did I say, 130 attack? Okay. Get the Spiky. Ice Shard. Oh! Goodbye, Lando! Oh! Let's go! Yeah, that 4x weakness really kind of helped us out there now, didn't it? Alright, let's go! Now, even though I know that they do potentially, and more than likely, have, Actually, no, we're not going to do that yet. Let's go with the Protect here with Mamoswine. And, let me go with the Ivy Cudgel over into Tornadus. Comes that +1 with it. But I don't think they have anything that's going to take care of our Ogerpon. Because, again, the main thing is with that... Yeah, fire would be... oh, no, actually, fire would be neutral. Oh, I should have probably terrestrialized, to be honest with you. It's okay, we're not going to think about that. We got the crit, but here comes the Bleak Wind. Nice, they miss on that because they went over there. Fair enough, don't blame them. Here comes the Bleak Wind. Come on, you can miss too? Come on, be nice to me. No, that's not nice. That's going to be enough to knock out Ogerpon too. So let's terrestrialize into Dragon here. Let's go for that high horsepower. Yeah, let's go into Arcanine. The good thing is we have extreme speed on Arcanine, so this Tailwind that they're potentially going to get up right here isn't really going to mean a thing, because we're going to be able to knock them out with the extreme speed. And again, we do have Ice Shard, which is going to be extremely nice too. But again, the main reason why we're ending up terrestrializing here, because that Ivy Cudgel into the ice is going to do way too much. So the Dragon Terror is going to end up resisting it. We shouldn't get knocked out. Totally fine, not even going over there, buddy. Let's go. That's fine. That's fine. Hold. Let's go. No shot. Let's go. And goodbye, Ogerpon. Dude, Mamoswine just cleaning up here. And the best part is, too, actually, we could go for an Ice Shard up into Tornadus and KO that thing. So that is perfect. And then who's the last mon going to be? Watch that be like Fluttermane. That's fine, though. Honestly, not a big deal. Because all we have to do is go Ice Shard up there. Yeah, we got Sinistcha in the back. We're going to be fine. And honestly, I really think Flare Blitz is probably going to be the safer move. We don't want to end up missing with the Head Smash. So let's go with the Flare Blitz. Should be good enough. Should be. Question is, what are they going to do? The good thing is they already terrestrialized, so if they wanted to try to get more damage with, like... Although, to be honest with you, I don't think they would end up going with, like, with a fairy move. Obviously not into Arcanine. There we go. Goodbye, Tornadus. So even if they did terrestrialize into, like, fairy to get that extra damage, it's not going to do much to Arcanine, so we're okay from that perspective. That's fine. Again, Mamoswine did his job and knocked out 3 mons in this game. I am extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? Not surprised, but pretty surprised. Pretty surprised that it did. That's right, we still got Ogerpon too. So what do you say we do that? What do you say we do that? Because again, it's just game right here. We got 3 mons, they have 1, and they're not going to be able to really do spread damage that would really affect Arcanine too much. And even a Shadow Ball shouldn't do enough to be able to KO. So let's go Ivy Cudgel. Let's go Flare Blitz again, and the battle. No! Okay! Shadow Ball, I respect the hell out of that, I'm not going to lie. Arcanine is able to survive that, which is awesome. And we knock out Fluttermane with a crit on the Ivy Cudgel. Some good stuff there, that's what I'm talking about. But Mamoswine in the beginning, being able to take out Lando with the 1 Ice Shard, being able to take out the Tornadus with the Ice Shard, the high horsepower over into the terrestrialized Ogerpon, like, that thing just absolutely cleaned up. Again, that attack stat is just so damn high, and the fact that Oblivious makes it so you can't get intimidated just makes it even better. What a good game. So even though Generation 9 introduced some really great ice types and like Iron Bundle, Chien-Pao, and Baxcalibur, I still think bringing Mamoswine back is a really good idea and a great mon to end up using. I mean, yeah, with the ground typing, you do get that weakness to the water as well as like grass and stuff like that, so that is a little scary. But with the terrestrialization, especially the like a dragon type like that, is going to help you resist those moves, including something like a fire that would usually be strong on Mamoswine because of the ice type. So again, a really great Pokemon, and another Pokemon that actually is really great with something like the Dragon Terra. I know I did that video recently on the Chien-Pao Dragon Terra, but Mamoswine might actually be a better Pokemon to end up using for that. And again, with Oblivious, that 130 attack stat isn't going to get changed. Oblivious is going to ignore those Intimidates, and you're going to be able to stay out there and do some really good damage like you saw in that last game. And again, having a priority move like Ice Shard with Mamoswine, which is kind of in the middle kind of speed tier, is really nice because if you don't get a Tailwind or a Trick Room up, and you aren't going to be the first one to go, it's nice to be able to go with the Ice Shard to be able to get that priority and potentially knock out something like a Landorus before it it gets a chance to move. And again, having other great stab moves like High Horsepower and Icicle Spear, especially with that loaded dice, is extremely incredible. Being able to get the 4 or 5 hits with the Icicle Spear is extremely beneficial, especially with something that's like a stab move like that for Mamoswine. I mean, again, we saw how much it did with like Baxcalibur, and Mamoswine, again, is no different here. So again, really great Pokemon, and of course, I do want to send a big shout out to my buddy Lycan, because he was the one that sent me this team and did some really good stuff with this Mamoswine. So thanks, Lycan, I appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. We'll see you guys next time.